New York, John Mara's gamesmanship reaffirmed the Giants are not afraid of a protracted fight with Odell Beckham Jr.'s agent. And with the organization holding firm, Beckham will have to decide soon whether he should continue to attend optional off-season workouts or exercise the only leverage he has left by not showing up. The Giants hold all the cards at the moment. They can control Beckham's rights for 3 more years with his 5th-year option for the 2018 and 2 franchise tags in 2019 and 2020. And more it's beginning to feel like GM Dave Gettleman may have no qualms telling Beckham he must play on the timeline. End of story. This would put Beckham in a difficult position. If he continues to attend off-season workouts, he would be acquiescing to those year-by-year terms and returning from injury with no long-term security. But if he stops coming and holds out, he would jeopardize his goal of returning triumphantly this fall and would be reinforcing the Giants' off-field concerns about making a long-term commitment to a player who creates distractions. For while Gettleman already explored a trade of Beckham this offseason, a trade would be more difficult to accomplish now with the NFL draft completed and teams holding less desirable short-term capital. Beckham is training in Los Angeles at the moment. The Giants' 10 no-to practices kick off on May 21 in less than 2 weeks, running up to the club's mandatory 3-day minicamp June 12 to 14 and followed by Beckham's youth football pro camp at St. Joseph High School in Metuchen, NJ on June 16 and 17. A year ago, Beckham skipped all of the optional OTA practices to make the point that he wanted negotiations to begin on his contract extension, then attended mandatory minicamp and training camp. But a year later, not only is the contract not done but the Giants have characterized negotiations as still in premature stages. Gettleman has had trade discussions with other NFL GMs about Beckham, and as recently as April 19, Gettleman still would commit to not trading OBJ. "I'm not going to say," he said. "He's on our team. He's a valued member of our football team." Beckham's decision to show up at the Giants' March voluntary workout program, facilitated by a good start with new head coach Pat Shurmur, seemed to lay the groundwork for repairing the relationship and getting a deal done. But if the Giants continue to drag this out, it's only going to get more complicated and uglier the longer they delay. And make no mistake, that's exactly what they're doing, using the leverage and upper hand. Mara's comments this week about Beckham at the Hilton Midtown are being misrepresented in some places as rosy and optimistic. The reality is that outside the 25th anniversary Gridiron Gala, Mara said he would say there is a sense of urgency to get a Beckham contract done. And more meaning Mara said he would echo Gettleman's attitude all spring, all summer, as long as it takes, that there is no rush. All summer pretty sure that won't go well. Mara did reiterate I hope Beckham will remain a member of the Giants for the long term, but that is the same sentiment he expressed at the NFL owners' meetings in Orlando, Florida, in late March while simultaneously voicing frustration over Beckham's behavior and refusing to guarantee Beckham's place on the team this fall. It was not the Giants' co-owner saying it'll be done any day now. This was Mara holding the line. Theoretically, it's possible that the Giants could be waiting to see Beckham practice tilt and prove his left ankle is totally healthy before re-signing him long-term. If that's the case, though, Beckham can't just show up at the start of OTAs, and surrender his only leverage, with no meaningful negotiations having occurred, and hope for the best. He could only do that if his agent and the Giants already had worked out the framework of a deal beforehand, knowing that Beckham's capitulation would result in immediate return. It's also hard to believe the Giants would be confident already in Beckham's health given how strong he looked in limited work at voluntary minicamp April 26. The Daily News and OverTheCap.com's Zach Moore have proposed a 5-year extension that pays Beckham $17.2 million per year, $103.2 million total through 2023. It would be a middle ground between Beckham's approximate cost on the 5th-year option and 2 franchise tags, $43.7 million total, $14.56 million per year, and Beckham's reported $20 million a year ask. And it would break Antonio Brown's $17 million a year record at wide receiver. But for now there is no deal, and while that's clearly how the Giants want it at the moment, it would be surprising if Beckham soon decided he no longer is content to play along.